Hey, welcome back. It's Miss Hollingsworth with our last day of abbreviations. So let's just review real quick. What is an abbreviation? It is a shorter way to write a word. We do this to save time, save space, and just make our writing more legible and easier to read. So, of course, we want you to learn about abbreviations to help your reading so that you can use them in your writing. But today we're wandering off into math land, and you're going to use these. And I know you guys have already done some measurement, so you probably already have used some of these abbreviations. So to abbreviate units of measurement, most of them are pretty easy or pretty obvious. Like inch is IN, F is FT. However, I do want to point out that these guys do not get capitalized. All the other ones that we talked about this week were proper nouns. Geographical places, people's titles, addresses, things like that. But these are not, so they do not need a capital. I also want to point out that there's a couple of oddballs in the mix. Most of them, you can look at the abbreviation and figure out what the word is, or you can look at the word and figure out what the abbreviation is going to be. However, ounce, the abbreviation for it is OZ. Yeah, I don't know. The abbreviation for pound is LB. So be careful with those two when you're abbreviating. Make sure you're abbreviating them correctly, or if you're reading them. Remember, we said that when we read an abbreviation, we say the whole actual word. So we would read this as inch or foot, and we would read this as ounce and pound. All right? So be careful with those. All right? Let's also talk about abbreviations that refer to time. These guys are pretty easy and pretty common sense also. Second, minute, hour, week, month, and year. Okay? Keep in mind that all of these have a period at the end of them. And notice that they do not have a capital because, again, none of these are proper nouns. Okay? And then we get on to the wonky one. And I left this one until last because AM and PM are abbreviations. And I know that you use them and read them all the time. So let's talk about them. So AM is an abbreviation that stands for anti-meridian, which means morning. But we don't read this as morning, usually. We just read it as AM. Same for PM. PM is an abbreviation for post-meridian, which just means afternoon and evening. But we just read it as PM. Now, I want you to notice that all of our other abbreviations so far have just had one period after those little 2-3 letters. AM and PM have a period after both or not at all. I told you it was funky. And I looked this up to make sure that I was telling you the right thing because I've seen it all different ways. And that's because they're all okay. They're all technically correct. So you could write 9 a.m., both lowercase, periods after both letters. You could write 9 a.m., both capitals, no periods. You could write 9 a.m., both capitals, both with periods. Okay? Same goes for PM. You just want to be consistent. Whatever you choose, you need to stick with every time you are writing on your worksheet, in your paper, in your essay, you're writing a time. I will say one thing I saw is that the lowercase with 2 periods is apparently the most correct or most common, but that does not mean that either of these are wrong. Okay, so that's it for abbreviations. Go check out your activity, and I will see you guys in the next set of videos. Bye!